Leonard Bernstein is retiring from conducting. His spokeswoman says Bernstein was advised by his doctor that conducting and playing the piano might be too strenuous for his condition. Bernstein has been diagnosed as having progressive emphysema, complicated by a series of lung infections and a lung tumor. The conductor was once a heavy cigarette smoker. Bernstein hopes to participate in an AIDS benefit concert later this month and then continue composing, writing, recording, and working on film and educational projects.
I really think the Congress, Republican, Democrat, care one iota about the people.
That sort of anger contributed to a dramatic drop in President Bush's popularity. It is 65% in the new poll, down from an extraordinarily high 75% last month.
Of course, the president's promises ring hollow at this point.
I think President Bush is the leader of our country, and as the leader of our country, he should have set the tone.
Bringing you the world of farm and agribusiness information.
Well, good Monday morning to you, and welcome to this edition of the Morning Ag Report. I'm Wayne Jenkins.
And I'm Brian Baxter. We hope this 8th day of October is off to a good start for you and your family.
Douglas versus Holyfield for the heavyweight title. It's the moment of truth, and the truth is gonna hurt. Call your local cable company now for paper.
All know what that prize is. And so it's come to Game 6 of the National League Championship Series. The Pittsburgh Pirates and the Cincinnati Reds here on CBS.
6 touchdown passes. The NFL record is 7, threw for 476 yards, 11th best in NFL history. Fourth quarter, second and goal, Montana to guess who? Jerry Rice. 5 touchdown receptions for Rice. 40th birthday for Jerry Glanville. No, it was his 49th birthday.
At Lexus, we're linked to a satellite system that can instantly transmit your maintenance history to any dealer in the country. You see, we don't just promise you the sky, we deliver it.
Larry Cohen, dentist, Chicago. Ever since Major League Baseball introduced the authentic diamond collection of clothing and equipment identical to the pros, it's gotten a lot harder to tell the players from the fans. The authentic diamond collection.
Ever notice how relaxed Toyota owners are? That's because they have less to worry about. For the second year in a row, Corolla is the most trouble-free car in its class. Camry is the most trouble-free for the third year in a row. And Cressida was named the most trouble-free car in America. So relax. Own a Toyota.
I love what you do.
The four-door Chevy S10 Blazer. Come open one up and see why nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America.
We talk till midnight.
Today's truck is Chevrolet.
Around for a long time. I've waited for this for a long time, so I'm going to stand up here for a long time. I don't know about y'all, but I think it's about as good a way as we can start the CMA Awards for 1990. I thank you.
The 24th Annual Country Music.
Baby, you win again. Baby, you win again. God gave men a breath of life. Grow strong to take a while, to change the world.
This station is your location for the best in bebop to ballads, swing to sweet, and blues to boogie. With David Sanborn and the best musicians on the entire planet. Night music. Music at night. That's it.
Watch Night Music, Saturdays at 1 a.m.
When you posed semi-nude for Rolling Stone and did that.
Here we go.
Well, I'm just wondering, what period did that come about and why?
Well, that was sort of done behind my manager's back. You know, obviously the television company went absolutely nuts.
How drugs nearly destroyed Fleetwood Mac on Entertainment Tonight.
Are you an angel or something?
Not exactly, no.
On education.
You know I have to do that paper on the Louisiana Purchase. I thought it was about shopping in Louisiana.
Mallory on shopping.
What was that letter, Dad?
Junk, something about a sale.
Dad, have you lost your mind?
Mallory on Family Ties. Saturday night at 7.
For the fall, Rip, Ginger's got a dream date.
I want to have this man's kids.
Think his wife will give them to you? Doctor, Thursday.
Going crazy? I'm going to Disneyland.
I'm going crazy.
Match.
Israel's use of deadly force on Palestinians in Jerusalem is further complicating the Persian Gulf crisis. Iraqi President Saddam Hussein exploited the killings today by issuing a radio statement telling Israel to get out of Arab lands. Mr. Hussein also announced that he has a new missile capable of hitting targets hundreds of miles away.
City has been trying for a decade to remove unwanted billboards. 2,000 have come down, but about 6,000 are still here, even though most of them do not conform with local ordinances. Cities like Houston used to be able to use a tool called amortization to compensate billboard owners, allowing signs to stand long enough for their owners to recapture their investment before taking the signs down. But after lobbying by outdoor advertisers, the federal law was changed, ruling out amortization and requiring cash.
On the budget crisis specifically, 6 of 10 disapprove of his handling, 14% more than last month.
They put everything off to the 11th hour. I mean, but that's normal for our government.
The senators are making a big mess out of it because they're afraid of losing their jobs.
There was an even harsher judgment of Congress. 57% of those questioned blamed it more than the president.
Congress is not doing its job.
Comments by Britain's foreign secretary calling for further action against Iraq boosted prices earlier. The November contract closed up $1.73 at $40.42 a barrel. North Sea Brent prices also rose in London. Gasoline futures also rose, with November unleaded up almost 2.5 cents to 96 cents a gallon.
50th anniversary of the birth of the late John Lennon was observed with an understated global celebration today, as radio stations and networks broadcasted the song Imagine to a potential audience of 1 billion people in 130 countries. Lennon, of course, was gunned down in New York City in December of 1980. The international broadcast was part of a brief ceremony at the United Nations.
Yeah, I want you guys, Too Fuzzy, let's go over to Tony's camera, introduce your video to Canada here on the Power Hour. And I want to thank you guys. Have a good show tonight. Have a good tour with Prague. And right in that camera, introduce your video as you want it introduced.
Here it is, live in concert, aimed at you, Cowboys from heck. We're on the air.
Winona Ryder. And I want to kiss you so bad right now, Dinky.
It's good to want things.
Jeff Daniels. It's a strange kid.
She's here!
Welcome home, Roxy Carmichael.
I caught her trying to barbed wire her room last week. It isn't funny, Les.
Is that your head or is your neck blowing a bubble?
On Murphy Brown and Julia joins the jury.
God is punishing me by giving me the case of the flaming sperm bank.
On Designing Women. Then Sharon Glestar in the Trials of Rosie O'Neill. It's all Monday on CBS.
Catch the brightest stars, the biggest hits. HBO, simply the best movies. On stage, Jeff Bridges, Beau Bridges, and Michelle Pfeiffer sing for their supper. The Fabulous Baker Boys. Whoopi Goldberg, James Belushi, Karen Black. A human drama can be a hopeful journey. Homer and Eddie. Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Danny Aiello, Arsenio Hall. Harlem Nights. They're simply the best movies.
Okay.
All right, now there's my goofy-looking face. Now, right. Meg, you see those blue things, those blue little,
those little decorative
rectangles? You know what those are?
They're decorative flourishes.
Yeah, but you know, they're supposed to be like these blue cards here.
Oh.
See, the ones that I'm holding there, they're supposed to be those, as if we were throwing those in the air.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
well,
yeah. Have you read the book?
Well, I've looked through it, yes.
Yeah, but the question, of course, Meg, was, have you read the book?
You mean cover to cover?
I'm John Christian. Economic development of the black community depends greatly upon business ownership. Learn more on Black Impact this Sunday, 10:30 on Pittsburgh's.
When did you learn to make coffee?
You haven't gone for a while.
Nothing brightens your morning like mountain-grown Folgers. Mountain-grown coffee has more enticing aroma and richer flavor than any other kind.
Got a little thicker on the neck, man. Guys don't change. You never did let us sleep, baby. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Take the controls of your own F-14 jet fighter as you speed through 18 exciting levels of play, using your machine guns or missiles to destroy enemy planes. Also available, Double Dragon, Lee Trevino Fighting Golf, Heavy Barrel, and Paperboy. Tiger LCD video games. Video excitement in the palm of your hand.
It's hard to hide the kid inside.
Now let's dunk it, just like a professional basketball player. Now you just learn to tie your shoelaces and you'll be all set.
Israel's defiance of the UN comes at a delicate time. The U.S. is reportedly preparing to seek new diplomatic initiatives, including UN resolutions aimed at peacefully forcing Iraq out of Kuwait. ABC's Dennis Trout has more on the new campaign.
President Bush has been talking tough about Saddam Hussein since the invasion.
America's resolve to end this aggression against Kuwait remains firm and undiminished.
Bond prices opened on a fairly firm note, rebounding from sharp losses over the previous two sessions, but rose rising oil futures and budget boondoggling turned buyers away. Well, at least today's $5 billion offering of 30-year Ref Corp bonds went about as expected. The average yield was set at 9.33%. Tax-frees and corporate issues ended unchanged, which is a triumph these days, but longer-term government still lost about an eighth point, like the 30-year Treasuries, with the yield to maturity well over 9% now. Shearson Lehman long in.
Final score is 4-1, and we'll be back in the Coliseum in just a moment.
Today under $40 a barrel, but that's still nearly double what it was before the Iraqi invasion.
Bring it on out to my baby and me.
You know, there seems to be a lot of awful nice people here.
All the money that you make, you live very quietly. I know in Wyoming on a farm. What can you do with all that money on a farm in Wyoming?
It's buried in various places.
Housing Authority and the OPD, all these guns just to handle me and the ghetto. People are I had to crucify somebody today.
Hey, VH1, I think S is for superstar. S is for sexy.
Summer.
This girl, if my love was true. And remember, Harry, you know you remind me of so much that went wrong in my life.
Just sleep with anger.
With a brand new show. But what's this?
Do you want to be held back a grade? Concentrate, man.
Has Bart Simpson turned over a new leaf?
Everyone knows you're faking it, Bart. Well, I am insulted.
My recommendation is for Bart Simpson to repeat the 4th grade.
What? I swear I'm going to do better. I can pass the 4th grade.
And if you don't, at least you'll be bigger than the other kids. The Simpsons season premiere Thursday.
The bishop?
Yes, the bishop. He's in charge of him, isn't he? The bishop?
And we're going to go to the bishop. We got to have a whole lot more to tell him than we got to tell him right now.
America's most celebrated musician was 72 when he died yesterday. He once told an interviewer how he hated to be alone. Life, he said, was meaningless unless he shared it. Whether it was a meal or a sunset, or above all, music. Bernstein's life was full of eccentricity and excess, but he will be remembered best as a conductor, a composer, and a teacher. Leonard Bernstein, the musician, as he shared himself especially with America.
No other communications medium has done so much to shape your view of the world as television. Everything that's important to you can be seen on television. News, world events, sports, entertainment are brought into your home on television. What people talk about in the morning was seen the night before on television. Shouldn't your business be on television? Get the picture. Use the power. Television.